Oh,
What?
dude, that was fun. That was funny. That was funny.
What?
You're like you read out. Why does everyone make me look? You're like, why does everyone make me look like it? We are.
Oh shit,
oh,
we're on.
shit! Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh shit!
God.
Oh shit!
Let me
I need a link. You son of a bitch.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Are we really now? Are we really?
Ah, Monty's in the chat. I can't.
Yeah, I got you. I got you, fam.
Angie sent it to the chat, but I can send specifically you to it. Or do you see it in there?
Where's the at chat?
Ah. No, it's not my. I know it's not my stream, but Monty.
What's poppin'?
Jimbo.
What's poppin', my boys?
Prepares to make a reunion agent.
Alright, we have to introduce ourselves. My name is Humpty. I'm kind of funny looking.
Oh, I was like,
No, I won. I'm blue. Double D double die.
fortunately, we do.
I lost. I died. My bun check was in vain.
Wow, you're funny.
Dweeb.
Damn. Throwing shade. Hey. Let me say something to all my haters out there. Let me say something.
Do those exist?
I love you.
Yep.
Especially you, all ranks. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
There's shade up in here. I don't even care.
Yo.
Hey, you can't be calling him like that.
Sorry, Jack.
Nice.
Ooh, throwing shade at himself. Ooh. It's my dad!
Yeah.
It's my
The same
dad!
thing, you rubbed it.
What's up,
No, I
Dad?
can't read.
You're my
It's like
dad!
highlighting how I couldn't read. That was mean.
Oh.
I hate you. Alright, I'm leaving. Bye. No. Yeah.
Because he made fun of me and my dead memes, homie. Yeah, let's
Chris,
break some icebreakers out here.
can you check the Minecraft chat for me real quick?
Wait.
What the fuck was that? Shit.
All right, someone ask, please. Someone ask Mifty if
Oh my
I'm
God,
audible.
yes, look at my
Okay. All right. Oh shit, I'm really loud. All right. Someone tell me if it's not loud. Okay.
He said, "Nah, JK, you're good."
Now you're really quiet.
No, because he said I was really loud. Okay. All right. So, we're gonna do a take 2 because this is we actually tried doing this stream legit like 5 minutes ago. So welcome everyone who is here for the Minecraft Survivor Season 1 Sherwood reunion show. I am your host, Elite Chris 35. I hate my name. And where we left off, if you haven't caught up to speed to what... Alright, let me just mute my phone. Fun fact, the text message that... I really can't edit that out. In fact, I'll just read the text message I just received on my phone. It says, "So Chris is a sick pervert." Now we're moving on from that. From where we left off, we're gonna try to make this a 30-minute slash like just hangout session with whoever came from the season 1, whoever showed up for season 1's reunion. So from where we left off, we had you had 2 days to watch the finale, but if you didn't watch it, Andrea won in the final 3 against Kyle and Nathan in a 3-2-0 vote. We're going to jump into all that later, but first I think we're going to introduce everyone who decided to show up tonight. So first starting up, we have our third boot and first quitter, Mason! Alright. Then we got our first merge boot, but definitely someone who was in the limelight with his bun shack, Bumboy.
I'm everyone's favorite.
I was expecting a dead meme to come out of your mouth, but that works too.
Yeah, I'm your favorite, right?
Alright, dead meme.
I love him.
Next, we have 5th placer and 3rd jury member from New Jersey, That Fat Cat 137, also known as John throughout the season. Check my phone? Okay, well, he sent me a Snapchat. I'm gonna check this right now. But fun fact, if none of you already knew it, in the confessionals, I spelled New Jersey in wrong throughout the whole season, and I live in New Jersey, so... Open this on stream, please. I did. No, that's the Snapchat he gave me. Okay, so what?
There's another one.
What happened to Minecraft? Okay. Oh, it's overshadowing. Okay.
It's making us kind of robotic.
Okay. Well, you have season 2 player freaking in the server. It says, "I love you, Daddy." The John sent me a Snapchat that says, "I love you, Daddy," and I love you too. Angie also sent me something. Please check Minecraft chat. Whatever. All right. Next we have finalist and 2nd placer slash runner up, Kyle Killer Cube, my co-host for season 2, and Bumboy's dead meme. Next, we have potential fan favorite of the merge and pre-merge and medevac, Angie, who is still wearing her Santa outfit, and it's literally June. And alright, last but not least, showing up in, for some reason, Finale's head. Potentially fan favorite throughout the season. Also, Dizzy Punch Dustin, Dizzy. Says XD, of course. So I think we're just gonna jump right into it. I think the stream is working, right? Please tell me it's working. Wait, I'm gonna check. Let's see. Everyone's robotic-y? It gets robotic-y. Okay, has it worked out so far? Because I have turned down my mic. How about now? Alright. Alright, so we have 9 people watching right now. Thank you, everyone, on the live feeds. Keep in mind that I will actually be taking any questions that you have. Just put them in the chat, and we'll get to them when I run out of freaking questions. So, let's just hop right into it. Bumbo, in your seat, that'd be really helpful. Alright. No. So we're gonna jump into the, I think, question that they always ask in reunions. So we're gonna talk to you, Kyle, first. All right. So why did you? Because in my opinion, I felt that.
Oh my God.
There's a phone. All right. Why did you help Andrea at one point at the final 3 reward challenge where you could vote back in a jury member. Why did you start helping Andrea? In fact, like giving her a rare fish for her to complete her golden apple. That's actually something interesting. I wonder some of the viewers might want to know.
Well, in the end, it didn't really matter. Like, I didn't have a chance to win it because I didn't have enough blocks. Like, I couldn't physically get enough blocks to get it myself. I didn't trust Nathan, so he was a wild card, and I had no idea who Andrea would actually put up. I kind of just hoped that I would have more leeway with her, because she listened to a lot of what I did this season, so I thought that if I kind of told her to put up on what she would do it, but apparently she had her own plans, and she actually did outsmart me for a lot of it. So
Right.
I kind of just put all my eggs in one basket and went with her to trust me, or like to put up who I wanted to put up, but that did not, unfortunately, happen in my favor.
All right. Jervy, I see your question. We'll get to that when we finish up with Kyle. So we have 10 viewers, double digits. All right. Kyle, so they always ask this in the actual Survivor reunions. Had you won the final challenge, who would you have voted back in?
Bumboy. I knew that the second going in.
Bumboy, who do you think? Okay, so basically, we're assuming that everyone would have kept their votes in the jury, right? It would have been 2 votes Kyle, 2 votes Andrea, 2 votes Andrea from Dizzy and John, and then 2 votes for Kyle from Jack, who is not here, and Angie. So, Bumboy, who would you would potentially be splitting the tie, like how Miller split the tie at the end. Who would you end up voting for, honestly, to win the game?
Dad.
Which would be Kyle. So, in a sense, Kyle, you almost won the season.
No.
But you know what? I do have to say, like, from a hosting standpoint and from editing everything, that it was much appreciated that you actually, before the season started, I want everyone to understand, before people just start crapping on Kyle even more, I want people to understand, Kyle actually came to me and said he would be the villain of the season and he'd play that up, and damn, he was a good actor with that, so.
He was also a really good dad.
And he was probably a really good dad. Can we actually get into that? Like, Kyle, you said you wanted to work with Bunboy, like, basically pre-merge, but you felt like you didn't have the numbers. Like, why didn't you want to push so hard to keep Bunboy in? You actually voted along with everyone in a 7-1 vote at merge to kick Bunboy out.
Yeah, I'm going into, or right whenever the season finished, the thing I beat myself up for was definitely the final 3 challenge. But looking back on it, my biggest mistake was not campaigning to keep Bunboy in, because he was always a number for me, and I know that he was a lot closer to me than Nathan. So, in that situation, I could have gone a lot further with Bunboy and been more in control than if I voted him out. So that was definitely a huge mistake on my part.
All right, we're gonna do 2 more questions for Kyle. The second question, the first question of the 2 would be, did you know that Nathan was being dragged along, in a sense, by Andrea?
100%. I'm sorry, Nathan, but Andrea played that extremely well, knowing that he knew basically nothing about the game. Kind of actually said in Final Tribal. Well,
Played
she said
like a fiddle.
She said in Final Tribal that she latched on to the fact that he didn't know much about the game. That was brilliant, and that's what I tried to do with Bunboy, but I unfortunately did not push to keep him.
Right.
Unlike she did for Nathan.
Right, and like, had you maybe done that merge, maybe the story of the game might have changed a lot. And speaking of story, we'll get to you, Angie, with your medevac later. But, Kyle, last question being, let me think. Okay, you said you wanted Jack out at, like, Final 6, but instead you voted for Dizzy. What happened? Like, how did the votes shift that quickly?
I'm sorry, repeat that. I just kind of blanked out.
Final 6, you wanted Dizzy out, or I'm sorry, you wanted Jack out, but you ended up settling for Dizzy. How did that end up happening with Andrea and whatnot?
Right. So I told Andrea by the beginning of the game that I did want Dizzy out. Like I said, one of my first confessions, I wanted Dizzy out because I could not go to the end with him because I knew he was a big threat. So I warned her very early, and so she kind of kept him on her radar the whole time. As she said, when Dizzy came to her trying to vote out Jack, her knowing that that was a pair, she was the one that kind of strike for that move.
All right, thanks, Kyle. So I'm gonna ask everyone generally who was in the jury, right here. Sorry, Mason and Mumboy, but since there was a final 3 at Final 4, had Jack spelled 4 correctly, this goes to Dizzy, Angie, and John, who was going to vote for Jack to win? Let's say, Kyle, who do you think was going to get voted out at that Final Four had Jack won?
Andrea.
Andrea was going to go home? So let's say
Yeah,
the final
probably.
three was Kyle, Jack, and Nathan. Who would you guys vote for?
Jack. No question.
Dizzy says no question, Jack. What about you, Angie?
No question, Jack.
I would assume so because you worked together very closely. How about you, John? You didn't really work with him, but he was more or less the underdog since he was the last Allium. Who would you have voted for?
Nathan gonna get Jack.
Okay, so from the jury that we have right now, it's 3-0, and there were 5
That's
jury
enough to
members, so he would have had majority, and it seemed like Jack would have won this game. So we're gonna go get into some of the live chat questions actually.
See, I knew. Jack after he got burned out was like,
All right.
made a big move. No, that would be stupid.
And the question about how many nunchucks I would make
All right.
would probably be 45.
All right, so the first question comes from Jervy, and this is what I wanted to get to, Angie. Angie, if you come back for another season, will you quit again like Colton? Oh shit, this is not what I wanted to ask. I'm sorry. I'll ask you another question after, but
The medevac wasn't my choice. I was blindsided by my sister
Right.
and my friend Lily that we were going to my cousin's birthday dinner, which blindsided me because I didn't even know about it.
right.
When I ended the game, I was at Lily's house playing without a mouse.
Wait, let me just make sure.
But
Kyle, wait, let me just Kyle, do the streams get saved in an archive?
Yeah.
Like-
They should. It's a setting that I think you don't have to press, but it should be on the stream.
It says make archive unlisted when complete. I don't know.
That's what you want. You want that.
No, I didn't click it.
You might want to click
It says enable DVR. Viewers will be able to see back up to 4 hours when you stream. I don't know if this is able to be saved.
You should just click the archive. But
Remind Chris to turn on his mic a lot when you're answering. Okay. Okay. I mean, I didn't check it. Do you think we should just keep going with this? I feel like we're on a good roll at the moment. Okay. All right. So Angie, my actual question for you, well, you wouldn't quit, is what I'm getting, if you play it again. So my question to you was, I think there's a big question because people think that I think Dizzy was kind of screwed when you left. Had you stayed in the game, would you have gone with Dizzy to because there was that power trio of what, Andrea, Kyle, and Nathan, and they voted right every single time after your medevac. Would you try to make a move against Kyle, or would you actually go with Kyle?
I don't exactly know. I know that I was stuck with Jack and whatever Jack did because he was the one I trusted the most at the merge.
Right.
I feel like I could have trusted Kyle a little bit, but hearing about his own stuff, I feel like he was voting me out and betraying me, and
So just a little bit.
just a little bit, like, Kyle like voted Jack before me, then I would not have trusted, and I would have done my best to work against him.
Okay. Okay, so that sounds good. We have 12 viewers. Hey, viewers who are there. Mason, just because you quit doesn't mean I'm not going to ask you a question, buddy. You definitely did not want to quit. Why did you feel like it was so necessary for everyone to know? You even said it in your confessions, like, yeah, I gotta quit soon, guys. Like, why did you let people know that?
alright, so this is gonna sound.
Mason. I love you.
Okay, we need to pause for Bun Boy, but right now, basically, I told everyone because, not trying to sound rude at all, I kind of wanted to go as far as I could and push the limit that I could take to how far I went, and I just wanted to make sure that I was able to make it far and I could have done something to be remembered. Because you said at the beginning of the season, you want to get as much confessionals as you can to be, remembered. So that's what I tried doing my whole season. The whole season was for me to try getting as much confessionals, let people know what I did so I can be remembered and have a chance of coming back instead of going out like early as in Miller. I'm sorry, Miller.
All right.
Early out as Finelli. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool.
Finelli. So,
That's cool, Mason. Definitely, you're not out of the running, to be invited back. You might be a backup for future seasons and whatnot. It's just that, don't be a Colton. If you do play
I
again,
won't.
don't be a Colton. All right, so we're gonna move on to some more fan questions. Daniel, that's not a fan. Andrew was my favorite throughout the season. Okay.
I think that's a good question.
Okay, I will get to that. I think Daniel had a question for Bumboy. Bumboy,
Yeah.
if you were to come back for another season, how many nutshacks would you make?
I answered this question, but it wouldn't be nutshacks anymore. I know it's quite something that is out of question. But here's the thing that I will make. I'm not telling you.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to our next. Oh,
no,
what?
No, I'm not going to
Well,
explain it.
wrap it up in
Son
10
of a
seconds because we gotta move on.
Because you'll never see it coming. Okay, I'll see you later. I'm out of here.
All right, cool. So we're moving on to Nifty's. I like this question too, Kyle. Actually, Nifty. This is to the jury. So we're gonna go actually in order: Angie, John, then Dizzy. Nifty asks, jury, why did you vote for who you did? Mostly interested in knowing why Angie voted for Kyle. So we're gonna start with Angie, then go around to John, then Dizzy. Angie, you can go.
I voted for Kyle just because of how he how do I speak English? Give me a sec. Kind of how he answered questions and everything. And I found his gameplay respectful, and I always love villains in Survivor because I think they're stepping out there and really trying playing the game how they want to play it.
All right, thanks, Angie. So, John, who John voted for was Andrea, who ultimately won. John, why did you vote for Andrea?
Despite not liking her gameplay when I was actually in the game,
He's in
once
love
I
with
was
her.
like, what? No.
Nothing.
Despite not liking her gameplay in the game, once I reviewed in my head what she was doing, once I was out, I was like, that's a good strategy, kind of. And bringing Nathan along to the final three as just a person who has no chance of winning, similar to Troyzan in this season. Spoilers possibly, but
Hey!
whatever.
Hey, bitches!
So it's I liked her gameplay, even though it ended up costing me to get out.
Right, and that was what was actually really interesting about you voting for Andrea. I thought because Andrea was definitely pushing to get you out at Final 5, and it was interesting that, Andrea was somehow able to convince you to not be so, mad or / bitter about her gameplay, and turn that in a way where you were able to at least respect it enough to vote for her, which I find really interesting. Dizzy, you voted for Andrea as well. Okay, Bumboy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can explain why'd you vote for Andrea?
So, personally, in my opinion, she is the best player of every Minecraft
Personally,
survivor.
in my opinion, you're a bitch, but you know.
Bumboy, this is Dizzy's time.
So I believe that she is the best player of all time. Having that mindset in the game and still not being able to take her out is truly incredible, in my opinion. If you can't take her out with the mindset that she's the best player, then she is the best player in the game. If you try almost every tribal council to get her out and you can't, then that's what shows a good game player.
He literally said he was voting for her going into it.
Okay, yeah, I forgot to unmute.
The
Okay.
only jury member we didn't talk about was Jack. He also voted me for I think
Right.
pretty similar reasons to Angie.
Right.
Because they have pretty similar mindsets.
Right. And so, chat, we are getting bigger at 12 people. I think those were the questions we had for now, but if you have more, just let them come in. Just write whatever you want in the comments. I mean, I might read whatever you have to say.
I have a question for the entire first year.
All right, Bumboy.
I know, it's crazy. Who was everyone's favorite person to play with?
Okay, so a fan favorite poll right now. Let's go around the room. Mason, who would you say was your favorite out of the cast?
Well, since right now, so I just count my time.
Well, you could honestly, since the episodes were up and you watched them, you can answer however you'd like.
Alright, so basically overall for episodes, I would say
Oh. All right. Oh, that's. Let's just hit on this point. Strat, y'all don't know who watched this
shit.
series. How much I had to deal with this boy. Like, oh my god.
Let's just say that Strat was the reason why
I had a migraine.
episodes were so short as they were.
Yes, because every time I tried to explain challenge instructions, he would be talking about some crazy, like, fun fact no one, or at least I personally didn't give a crap about. And I'd literally, if I were to make a bloopers reel, which I really don't know if I want to, because all the blooper reel would just be me saying, "Shut the fuck up, Strat." Alright, so let's move on to the question. Bumboy, who would your favorite be? And, like, let's not stroke ourselves here. Like, someone else from the cast, who would you say would be your favorite?
So, from the cast, except for Kyle, which I love you, Dizzy was amazing with his confessionals about me, because here's the thing, Dizzy, I love you. You're a piece of shit though, but I love you. Everything that he said about me was absolutely true. I am the biggest piece of meme garbage you can know, and you know, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, suck it up. I'm saying that I'm a piece of shit. And what else?
Alright, I think that's good enough for now, because we gotta move on to other people. Alright, so John, who would your fan favorite be? Now that everything's out there on the table and you've played this game from your own perspective.
I don't really know. I didn't work with that many people, only like Andrea and Kyle, and I didn't like working with them. No offense, but like I'm not a fan of the villain type, and just Andrea's changing of votes while I was playing didn't make me happy. So I honestly don't have a favorite person, but I do like a good underdog story, so I guess I'd have to go with Jack.
Alright, so Jack would be your favorite. Kyle, who would your favorite be out of everyone else?
This question's already evolved a lot in the past 2 minutes. It started out being who was your favorite to play with, which would be
Right.
Andrea, just because we were like, you know, we were the duo.
Oh yeah,
But,
definitely.
Watching, and I kind of have the same reasons as Bun Boy. Dizzy, I love you, but you're a piece of shit towards me. But he was also probably my favorite to watch because he had probably the greatest mix of entertainment and gameplay, because he's a very old school player, but he's one of the best old school players I've ever seen. He's just an amazing player who doesn't like to align with me. But he's a great friend of mine. But yeah, Dizzy's great.
Alright, actually, we're gonna throw this question out there to Kyle. Actually, no, I think we cleared that up, but as we lose viewers, it's that, Kyle, you don't actually act the way you do in the game, right?
No.
Right?
And people may laugh at this, or make a joke, but I feel like I'm a very genuine, nice person. The reason I said most of the things I said to these people is because I am either very close or like the XD, as he said, but I am very close and I know all these people very well. So whenever I said jerk to Jack in one of the challenges, I play Overwatch with Jack like every other day. Whenever which I did not say, by the way.
Yeah, you
Chris,
did.
Whenever I Chris into where I called Jack
Look,
idiot.
Look,
which
the
I
finale
did
was
not
going on to 42 minutes long. We had to, you know, compress.
But things that I told him that going into it, I would be the villain, and that I don't care how villainously he makes me. I could take it, and that's not me, but that's the role I wanted to take on. So that's to clear that up.
Here's the thing. Everyone in here, we're friends. We're all friends. We did some damn good acting for this fucking season, so be grateful.
Well, there goes another F-bomb. Alright, thanks, Bumboy. Angie.
You should know this by now.
I know, it's all good. Alright, Angie, who is your favorite to play with / favorite, just in general?
So my favorite pre-merge would have to be Strat. But then
Why do people hate me?
Sorry. He was great at Tribe. But going into merge and watching the series, it became Bun Boy. Just
Nice.
Bun Boy has an amazing personality. And yeah.
We should date.
All right, cool. Yeah, Mason, I'll get to that question, but first we gotta ask Dizzy. We gotta ask Dizzy, like, come on, who's your favorite to play with, and who was your favorite to watch?
Via the edit, I'd probably say Jack because of his underdog story. But to play with would probably have to be Bumboy because I could actually hate someone, genuinely hate someone during the season. I like doing that. That was fun.
All right. Just to clear up, Echo just said in chat, acting ? This season was scripted. Hell effing no. Of course not. The only thing that was you can even consider scripted was when Mason and Angie left the game, and I had to pull them to the side and be like, "All right, we gotta somehow, make it so that you guys have a nice exit, so that people don't freaking throw eggs at you."
That was crazy. No one just came back for one moment.
Right.
Hey guys.
All right. Okay. Mason actually had a question. It was, Chris, based on your perspective, who was your favorite? All right. I can answer this, and I have like two favorites with different criteria. The more I think about it, my overall favorite from like the edit, just editing everything, and watching the confessionals, and just I don't know. I ended up getting really attached and rooted for Dizzy a lot, even though I knew what the result was. Like, you were getting those OTT confessionals, and just, I'm pretty sure there's a reason why fans want to see you play again. Sinwar, if you were here, you would have heard me that Andrea won, but alright. So, yeah, Dizzy would be my favorite to watch. I honestly wish that he could have gone farther. That was actually Kyle's intention, to have Dizzy come farther in the game. But, in terms of who was the most in character and the longevity of the series, honestly, the more I think about it, Kyle. Kyle was my favorite, just because I was able to hate him while I edited, but that was the goal. I hated him because you were such a good villain that way. And honestly, if I were to host a Heroes vs. Villains, you're literally #1 for that. Alright. Weston asks, Kyle, what is your final opinion on Nathan? I don't know why Nathan, but he asks on
like
Nathan.
I said, I don't necessarily talk to Nathan a lot, but I'll be the one that I'm not going to beat around the bush. Nathan's not a good player. He's not. He plays completely at the will of other people, and he did say he makes his own decisions, but when his decisions based around what other people told him to do, it doesn't really do much for his game. But as a person, I love him. I think Nathan's really cool. Yeah.
Right, and just to put it out there, like, shout out to Nifty, because Nifty makes edgics. His edgic for the series, Nathan had 3 invisibles for Pete's sake. He didn't give any confessionals. It was really hard to convey how he was. He was a nice guy. That's for sure. It's just that he was quiet, but at the same time, I think we were able to get the fact across that he was quiet, and being quiet in this game might not necessarily get you the win. Now again, being loud in this game, there's also a thing as being too loud. So another question comes from Nifty to the Poppy trial. We're gonna try to cut this in 10 minutes. We'll have I'll end the stream. It's 9:45 here. Ah, shit. All right, cool. All right. So we're gonna try to cut this in 10 minutes. It's 9:45 p.m. EST here. I will cut it at 9:55. So, Nifty, to the Poppy Tribe members here, who is one Allium Tribe member you wish you got to play with, but went out pre-merge? So that would go to, someone joined the Skype call, I don't know who joined. So, first we'll start with Dizzy, I guess? Dizzy?
Yeah.
And try to make Dizzy. Okay, so the question, and try to make your guys' answers 20 seconds long so that we can get through more content. Dizzy, who was one Allium Tribe member you wish you got to play with but went pre-merge?
I think Strat, because I think I could take advantage of him pretty easily.
I hate you guys so much, but okay.
But Dent at the same time. So, and I feel like he'd be an interesting counterpart to Bumboy as well. So, having both of them in the season and the merge in general would be quite entertaining.
All right, Angie, you were on Allium, but I guess we could try flipping the script just because you were medevac, so you didn't get to really play with anyone. Who would have you wanted to jump ship quickly to, or you and Jack were trying to work with other people? Who did you and Jack want to work with coming into merge?
I think Jack wanted to work with Dizzy a lot.
Okay.
I wanted to work with Dizzy too. I didn't know where his mind was at though.
Right.
I wanted to work with Kyle, even though he was villainous or whatever. And then Andrea. Exactly.
All right. So it seemed
I
like
wanted to work with Andrea too.
once again Dizzy was in a good spot, and Dizzy, I think under the circumstances, we could at least say, was twisted out in this season. So, oh shoot. All right, Kyle, who would you want to work with? Freaking from Allium.
Well, it's hard to say. Miller's such a wild card because we target each other so much. For the series, I'd say Miller because he got robbed really hardcore because he's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
But I probably would have wanted to work with Finale just to see what kind of player he was because it seemed like he was pretty a submissive player, kind of like Nathan.
All right, yeah, that's I can agree with that. And let me just get this straight. Miller was like Tony in Game Changers, and shout out to Gian Lewis, who actually said that at one point. Miller played so fast and too hard at the beginning, because he can play well, but like everyone saw what he was doing. So, I mean, at least Miller has the distinction of being the first boot of the series, and he's not here, I guess, just because he didn't want to have to hear that. So next, John, who would you want to work with on Allium if you had to name one person?
Yeah, probably Miller, because I feel like we're kind of close friends and we could have worked well together, but he got first boot, as you said. So it's like, I'm just reiterating what you said, but yeah, Miller, I guess.
Alright, cool. So we have 8 minutes on the clock. Bumboy, just who would you want to work with if you stayed in longer? Mason?
Let's fucking go!
Oh!
So, Mason, I have no idea who the fuck you are, but Mason is the nicest person I've ever met doing this, because it made me so happy when I got kicked off in episode 5. He was like, boy, we should talk some more, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure. And then it was amazing. I love you, Mason. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Okay. All right. Mason. Okay. So, yeah, the same question. Oh wait, you quit. Right. So if you did make merge, no. Let me reword this. If you made merge, who would you want to work with? One person from Poppy.
Poppy? There was a bunch of cool people, and I'm gonna have
Fucking
to return
say
the
it.
favor to. Yeah, I was gonna return the favor to Bunboy. I never really talked to Bunboy before the season, but I wanted to actually work with Bunboy. So yeah, because I wanted to actually talk to him more. So yeah.
So that was actually a fear coming to the season, that people would want to try to just stay close to what they knew, and they wouldn't want to explore with other people. And I'm glad that you guys are actually like kind of saying that now, whether or not that's true. All right. So Sinwar asks, is the showman still strong between Angie and Hot Rod after the season? I don't know if you want to answer that, Angie.
Wow.
Okay, it's a no, and I think what Sinwar, well, I don't even think Sinwar watched it, so now he just made it just really freaking awkward, but, I mean, you guys worked together in this show, and that was pretty much the extent of how you guys went about it. We'll put it at that. I think we have like 9 people watching, so I might extend this 5 minutes more, so we'll end this on the hour, 10 p.m. EST. Sinwar says ... Oh, well, I don't care. Take your moldy ass cereal out of here.
If that's a question you want to ask Weston, if you go a little bit up.
Oh, Weston asked a question. Oh, right. Okay, Chris, is there anyone in particular you would like to bring back from this season? Look, there are a lot of characters in this season, and I'm grateful for a lot of you guys, and like you guys are pretty much good candidates for coming back, whether you're wherever you are on that list. But if I were to say 2 people right now, and honestly it's hard to figure out what I want to do, because I'm not really sure what I want to do for returning castaways, not really sure what I want to do for an all returnee season, because I am juggling different themes in my head. But if I were to say just general what the fans want to see more of, then Dizzy has to be 1. And number 2, okay, Kyle. And number 2, as Angie changes her head, I feel like just because people were really rooting for you, Angie, And I don't know, personally, just because I know Miller's a good player, I would like to see Miller come back, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'd like to see a lot of people come back. A lot of people would like to see Bumboy come back. Like, it is very hard for me. From a hosting standpoint, it's very hard. But honestly, I could craft stories for everyone, except for some of the, I don't know. I don't want to say who, but I could definitely, I can definitely craft stories for each and every one of you if you did return for something. But it would have to be appropriate to the theme of this season, such as, like, I don't know, second chances or some sort of redemption island. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that, but we'll see as time goes along. Alright, did anyone ask any more questions? Jervy, more villains.
I put a question in there, but you know, no one really read it, so I'm gonna say it out loud.
Alright, Bumboy.
Who do you think in here can make the best bun shot?
I don't know if anyone wants to answer that, because...
Fun boy.
I would definitely say, if not Funboy, I would definitely say John, since he had like 3 high goals.
Okay, that is true. John did have safety spots, and those were nice touch.
Not yet.
Okay, Nifty, I see your question. I know. Wait. Oh, okay. So Nifty asks, what's one... I'll wait for another reunion to ask for. Okay. Oh, Sinwar, that's... Okay, Nifty, your question is, what's one thing you guys... Bumboy, the fire... Jesus, help me. Yeah, this was the common occurrence during the season. This is how Bumboy was. Alright, so Nifty asks, as long as Bumboy sits down and I can get to the question. Nifty asks, what's one thing you guys want to see happen in the next season that you wanted to happen in this season? This is open to anyone. Actually, I want to go to John first, just because I don't feel like John has been able to talk about it. Kyle co-hosted, so you can't say anything. John, you can say something.
What was the question again?
What would you like to see happen in Season 2 that didn't necessarily happen this season?
I don't know. I feel like having different tribes winning immunity would be good. Like,
No, you're not alone on that.
I don't like Kyle's confessional saying like, "Oh, I'm having too easy of a time." Like, you're winning, just accept it. But like, still, I kind of agree with him that
Right.
other tribes to win too.
Right. No, that is, I am definitely on board for that. And I'm gonna just say it right now. I'm gonna tease Season 2 in a bit, but more along the end. So stay put. If you're thinking about leaving right now and you're wondering about Season 2 and you're in the live stream, just stay put. We got like 7 minutes left in the stream. Does anyone else want to answer that question?
I have an answer.
All right, Mason, because you didn't really get the. And I'll go to Angie.
So no offense towards Kyle or anything, I would like to see, like you know how Kyle and Andrew and Nathan were together. I would like to see like a core alliance take down each other, because that'd be pretty funny, you know. That'd be a great meme, as Dizzy says. You know.
Yeah. So
I would like to see.
Am I allowed to
Right.
respond?
Actually, wait, let me just say that what Mason did say is true. If you actually check the elimination table, you'll see that the final 3 voted the same exact way, and they were getting everything that they ever wanted at Merge. And I'm not saying that's bad, but like, I mean, I guess it does say like how strong that core 3 was, because like, it was like the core 3 at Merge, and then like misfits that were trying to figure out what to do. So in a sense, yeah, I could see that, Mason, and we'll see if that happens in Season 2. Kyle, you said you wanted to respond. What you want to say, boy?
Just to this, Mason calling me out. I did want to flip on it many times, but I didn't have the chance since it was so small of a merge. If I did flip, I would have been like next out. So.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. So, because let's face it, it was like 6 Poppy going up against 2 Allium. Like, who wants to be that guy that flips other than Dizzy? And I feel like that could have happened at Final 7 because.
I mean, if Dizzy didn't hit me that season,
Right. Okay. Angie, you wanted to respond. What would you want to see in Season 2 that didn't happen in Season 1?
Well, you see, I have a bad feeling that it's not gonna happen because it's hard to pull off. But maybe a cool, successful, big move idle play.
Oh, you mean an actual idle play? Okay. And Sinwar asks, what did you make? Wait, you made a preview or just saying stuff like that? Because a preview would be cool for the ending. And to that, I say yes. Anyone else want to answer that question and add on to it that wasn't already said? Dizzy seems like he wants to say something. Dizzy, what you want to say, boy?
I feel like this was a very old school season, and myself, I am an old school player, but I'd like to see some new kind of game, like actual gameplay, instead of confessionals covering everything. Just new diverse gameplay, because I didn't see anyone stand out in terms of
For sure, and like it was old school, which I guess if we're gonna talk about confessionals conveying like the whole old school gameplay, that's good. But if you want more intricate and like complex gameplay, that's where we need conversations, right? And we actually do that in season 2, and we'll be airing that little bit in 2 minutes here, so stick around, viewers. Any final questions? I will take like a final let's see, Angie.
Here's something I want to say.
Wait, Bumboy, hold it. Angie says, Nifty asked this question earlier. What was your favorite moment that happened in the game, regardless if it was in the edit or not? Let's see. In the edit, I will answer this 2 ways. In the edit, I would say my favorite moment is when episode 2, Dizzy says in a confessional, shit, these people have really shit memes, and they think the Bun Shack and like We Are Number One is funny, and like all these memes are dead. And then right after is Bumboy's confessional saying, yo, like MTV Crib style, like, yo, this is my nut shack. Let me just show you around. This is my dick bridge. And like, I don't know how or why I included that in the final edit, but I mean, you got Bumboy. Let's see. The other one, something that didn't make the edit. I don't think I had much of an issue of a favorite moment that didn't make the edit, just because I put a lot of what I liked in the edit. Okay. Echo calling out someone. All right. So Bumboy, you can wrap something up. Make it like 20 seconds.
All right. So the one thing I want to see from season 2 is I want a less game-bot game.
Okay.
Holy hell, we had a game-bot match. We had one villain, and then everyone else was like an NPC. I was the only like super special character, and then Dizzy was a piece of shit. And then Angie was pretty cool. Her warming seat up thing made me cringe a lot. But
all right, I'm gonna have to cut you off there, Bumboy, because we're really cutting. So, Echo actually asks John, and I think this is the theme of the season. Just why did we let the core 3 make it so far? Echo asks, John, I think you are a good player, but you didn't decide to make a move till Final 5, so why not earlier? And that's his question.
I know I could have made a move earlier when like Jack and Angie were trying to go after Andrea, but I wasn't informed about that. And that was honestly the first time I noticed like I'm not a big part of this alliance, because I thought I was in it. I thought it was like a 3-person, me, Andrea, and Kyle, but I wasn't, and it was just like I didn't realize that until it was too late, and it's just not a good time.
Well, at the very least, I'm glad that you noticed it around the end, although it might have been too late, because some might argue at least noticing that you want to make a move might be better than not making a move at all. So we're coming down to the final bits of the reunion show. Does anyone want to add anything that hasn't said much yet? Like, this is, I guess, more tailored towards the back row and like Dizzy, who don't really say much. You guys want to say anything?
I do.
All right, Angie, what you like to say?
I'm really disappointed because you edited out one of my favorite parts of the season.
What was it?
Where I was having a good conversation with Bun Boy, and he said, "I will slit your throat," and then and I said, "Oh, are you part of my sister's friend group?" He says, "I have a girlfriend."
Yes.
Oh,
that was the best part.
Gosh, yeah, that's something that I guess, Nifty, to answer your question, I didn't include the edit. It just didn't make sense because I don't think anyone would really understand that like outside-ish joke. But I don't know. Maybe in a blooper reel, if I do a blooper reel, I do enough editing with this series anyway. So I think I'm gonna try to wrap this up.
I didn't have a girlfriend.
Okay.
At that point. I still don't.
Okay. All right, Bumboy. All right, so. All right. So I'd like to say thank you to all of the season 1's cast, because we're going to wrap this up now. Yeah, from the first boot Miller to the quitters, to Bumboy being the first merge boot, to Nathan not getting any votes at the final 3, to Kyle and Andrea, just everything. I appreciate all of you. And especially if you came out to the reunion, shout out again to Dizzy, Angie, Kyle, John, Bumboy, and Mason. Thank you all for coming out to this reunion show. I didn't know if I would be able to get people, but I was able to get 50% of the cast, 6 out of 12. That's pretty good. Yeah, Sinmore. Miller got first boot. Getting 50% of the cast to show up to the reunion, that's pretty good in my opinion. And I hope to continue with these reunions as seasons go by. And I hope to see some of you guys in future seasons when I don't know, maybe might open up spots for returnees. You never know. So with that.
I don't like this. There's a wild animal
All right.
coming up behind
So
you.
with that, I'm going to ask everyone to mute because with Season 1 coming to a close, I say welcome in Season 2.
Hey, fuck you.
I said to mute. Oh shit. Alright, so I'm gonna mute and then OBS has crashed. Is it still live streaming? Oh, it's still live streaming? Okay, I thought it said something crashed. So I was just like, oh, well. Yeah, it's still live streaming. So we're going to play this. I'm going to mute. Just give me 10 seconds, viewers. We're going to have the preview coming on. And I ask Cast to please mute. For our second season, we'll be marooning contestants in one of the world's most famous mesas, Mount Roraima. We've gathered 14 new castaways from different walks of life.
I'm a bartender for Echo's Bar. My bartending skills gives me really social aspect of the game. I'm pretty physical, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a turtle who doesn't like a turtle. So that's really going to help me in the game.
My background is soccer. I like to play soccer. I'm a soccer player in real life. And I feel like I can be the villain of the game, but I just need to play it smooth.
So my strategy going into the game is, I mean, you need an alliance with someone in my tribe, or else I'll probably be voted out first in the news.
Hello, my name is Jakal. I'm currently unemployed in Minecraft, yeah. I mean, male strip isn't really, yeah. I'm here to screw over some hoes, mainly people with southerners accents, or black people who pronounce ask as ax.
And we'll be watching them vote each other out, one by one.
So right now, I mean, like, I think we should probably vote off the weakest.
Basically what I'm thinking about is we should get out our weakest link.
And we'll be watching each vote off as they happen, one by one. You are the first person to do that in Minecraft Survivor history. Stay tuned this summer for the second season of Minecraft Survivor. And Tribal Council's on fire. And that was the preview, and I hope all of you... please tell me that was playing at the very least. It was playing? Alright, I hope all of you enjoyed that little sneak peek. And again, thanks again to everyone who was a part of Season 1 and watched Season 1. I hope to see all of you in Season 2. And we are going out in 3, 2, 1.